So Devstream 122 gave us a lot of information to look at for Warframe and what exactly is coming to the game in 2019. Steve gave us a very basic roadmap of what's currently being worked on and spoke a bit in detail about every item on it, and I will leave a link to the Devstream under this video for you to go and check that out, because I think he will do it way more justice than I'm going to trying to describe it in this video. Now, Steve also told us that they will be putting the main focus on the core elements of Warframe and all of these updates that they're mentioning. Because of this, they have stopped working on the usual big secret reveal for TennoCon, which they do every year. So they've stopped it for this year and they have pushed that secret reveal back until next year. So they will have that time that they usually spend on that reveal freed up to work on all of these updates. Updates like new Warframes, the Gas City rework with its new enemy types, the Deck 12 Exploiter event on Orb Valis, which I will go into a little bit more detail in a second, the new War quest, the Railjack Empyrean, which is what it's being called now, the Wolf of Saturn event, which kind of sounds really badass in itself, and of course the challenges and rewards that come with that Wolf of Saturn event. There's new difficulty options apparently being worked on. There is a new tutorial system for new players, as well as some other updates that I will go over as well in a few seconds. Now, we got no dates for any of these. No dates whatsoever, so I guess you can take it as the usual or the typical hype reveal from most dev streams. So it could come in 2 months or it could come at the end of the year. We don't know which order a lot of these are coming out in. Now, they did mention that some of them are going to come before TennoCon and some of them will be after, but you know the way things normally work in development, some things can be held back. Now, Deck 12 Exploiter event. It is on Orb Valis and it's coming this year, but we don't know really much about it. However, in Warframe lore, Deck 12 was an incident that led to Solaris United's downfall first time around, and it is where Rude Zood, the kit gun maker, lost her whole family. So it's kind of why she speaks erratically, apparently. So maybe we're going to reclaim Deck 12, or maybe the Exploiter Orb will actually invade Fortuna, which is what some people are speculating, because it was a weird bug that happened to some people when Fortuna first dropped. One of the orbs would just show up in Fortuna and start lasering the crap out of everyone. Laser eye surgery for you, laser eye surgery for you. So basically that could be it. But again, it's all just speculations. Also, someone said that I shouldn't be calling it speculations, I should be calling it spudculations. That just sounds wrong. It sounds like something completely different. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to happen. Fucking spudculating all over the place. Now, we know there are 3 new Warframes coming later this year, and with 2 of them being shown roughly during this dev stream. The new Wisp-themed Warframe and Hildren, or Zarya Frame and Raziel from Soul Reaver, or Mysterio from Spider-Man. Literally exactly what they kind of look like. Now, for the Wisp themed frame, we only got to see the artist's impression, no actual gameplay. Hildren, however, looks almost finished, but we didn't get to see her abilities because they are still being worked on, and she comes apparently with her own arc gun, and she doesn't use energy, but she uses her shield as her energy instead. So she is a huge, muscular, female shield-based Warframe. So, how many of you have already typed thick into the comments? Zarya Frame, own up to it. How many of you have typed thick or Zarya Frame? And don't delete it now just because I said it. I will be disappointed. I know there's bound to be someone who has typed that. Now, the Gas City rework, Steve has shown off quite a lot on Twitter and on previous dev streams as well, will be coming this year, but it won't just be a visual rework of the tile set. There is apparently going to be a new game mode attached to it, new rewards, new enemy types, apparently some kind of a ripple effect, or enemies attacking from outside, or something attacking from the outside. So we're going to know more when this actually gets added to the game, or when we get to see it in more detail on an actual dev stream. Right now, we only have the visuals to go by and their words on what they were talking about during this dev stream. Which leads us to the Wolf of Saturn update. Now, this is going to bring an 8-week kind of seasoned event, or kind of, I'm not going to say season pass, but it's kind of something like that. I'm not going to say battle pass either, because there's no real money involved in it, but it's a kind of a season event that will give you daily or weekly challenges while also giving you some new characters, a new villain apparently showing up into the game as well. The season will focus on cosmetic rewards only, and there will be a type of animated comic that will tell you the story while you're going through this season as well, or the Wolf of Saturn event. They did give us a kind of a quick mock-up image of what this Wolf of Saturn thing will be like, but like I said, everything in this image is mocked up, so none of it is real, but that's kind of what the Season Pass thing will look like. Now, Railjack is codenamed Warframe Empyrean, which is not just a random space quest apparently above Venus, but hopefully a way to move between nodes on the star chart and eventually beyond that as well. Enemy factions will be getting their ships reworked as well, so there's going to be new Corpus fighters and Grineer fighter ships for us to do battle with. The new War quest, of course, which is the next quest in that chain, will be later this year, and of course in it we're hopefully going to find out more about Lotus, more about the sentience as well. And they kind of showed us this image of a huge fucking sentient ship, so I'd imagine that Railjack will be needed for that. And Steve also kind of hinted at this being maybe Lotus's mother's ship, or maybe Lotus's mother itself, I don't know, but it does look creepy as hell. It looks really fucking badass if I'm being honest. Now, towards the end of the year, we will hopefully be seeing a new update that will bring a new faction into Warframe, and it's going to be called the Duviri, which look like this, Orokin-styled people with small children, slaves or midgets, I don't know, it's hard to tell. Can I just point out that the dude sitting in that chair has got a purple wiener tattooed on his belly? I'm just saying, I was going to say it takes balls to get a tattoo like that on his belly, but I guess it does. I'm just sharing that image, you know, it's good to share. So this update is going to be titled The Plains of Duviri, but Plains is spelt differently. It's not like Plains of Eidolon, it's Plains as in aerial. So maybe some kind of a sky faction. I'm literally grasping at straws here. I've no fucking clue. Now, they also want to completely revamp the new player experience in Warframe and make it a lot more accessible to new players and fun as well, and more badass, as Steve said. So they showed us this image of the 3 starter Warframes, and it does look creepy, but it looks really cool as well. So definitely new tutorials that will help new players get, I guess, eased into the whole Warframe experience. Now, they showed us an Archwing Glaive. Size does matter, but then they spoke briefly about challenging content for veterans and how it's always going to vary from player to player. Every player has their own idea of what is challenging and what is not. I mean, my idea of a challenge is always going to be different from a lot of yours. I struggle to get out of bed in the morning. You might bound out of bed and across the room like a fucking gazelle, full of life. Me, no. I dragged myself to the fucking door and dragged myself down the stairs. So they are looking at ways to implement new challenging content for veterans and I guess players who are confident enough to take that challenge on, and it is something that they're going to spend more time on this year than they have previously. And apparently the dev team had a huge discussion about this just before the dev stream, so they do seem kind of invested in getting some kind of challenging content out there. Now, they also spoke about possibly giving us the option, this is something Scott mentioned, to scale the level of mission nodes, so enemies would be higher level on certain low level mission nodes, and the rewards would scale up with that slider bar as well, in order to make that, I guess, mission node more challenging for veterans that need to farm certain materials on that mission node, so as you're not just running around one-shotting everything because it's only level 2 or 3. You know, you could ramp it up to maybe 60, 80, 100 and so on. Now, that was only one option that the whole dev team discussed apparently, but the Wolf of Saturn is going to be a way, I believe, for them to test this challenge out or make things a little bit more challenging with the Wolf of Saturn event or season pass thing. Now, they spoke about how a small team of devs are also working on a smaller version of the raids to try and get them back into the game as well. So you guys who are missing your raids, hopefully they don't take too much out of it and it's still a challenging experience. Now, what else can you expect this year? Expect some kind of a PvP race apparently, whether it's parkour or whatever, I'm not sure, but they said there's going to be some kind of a PvP race added into the game. Don't expect cross-platform play right now in Warframe just yet anyway, because Fortnite can do it. It doesn't mean that Warframe can do it. Steve said that it would be a huge risk for Warframe to do this due to the size of their updates and how Warframe's updates work. They're big updates, that is, not the small hotfixes and patches, but the big Warframe updates tend to completely change core mechanics or add in huge amounts of core mechanics as well to the game, or flip things around and not just add a map here or there like other games on console that have cross-platform play right now. So the updates are maybe a little bit too big, but they didn't rule it out. They said maybe ask them again later on in the year. Now that's basically Warframe's dev stream 122. Like I said, a lot of it is just hype information that we don't have any date for whatsoever, and it's something that they tend to do a lot of. And you'll notice if you've played the game for quite a while, they tend to give, I guess, leaks and bits of information on something that's not coming for 8, 9, 10 months. So everything you've seen in the dev stream, they did say some of it is going to come before TennoCon, which means before July the 6th, because that's when TennoCon is, and the rest of it, of course, will come after it. Now, like I said, the link to the complete dev stream is in this video's description. Let me know what you like the look of or what you didn't like the look of. Hildren is going to crush you. And that dude had definitely got a penis drawn on his belly. Now do me a huge favour, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks so much for watching.